What's going down? Welcome back to the F.T.S podcast brought to you by F.T.S Network. Make sure that you click the Linktree link in the description and go follow all the stuff. If you want extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then what I'm gonna need you to do is pay me $4.99 a month. You can go to the link in that Linktree. You know what I'm saying? You can become a premium subscriber. You can be one of my favorite children. My favorite children get McDonald's when you don't get McDonald's. You have to watch my kids eat McDonald's. Those are the ones who pay the $4.99 because they get extra episodes. They get to know all about my personal life and things like that. And when I crack off new stuff, they know first. So pull up and go ahead and do that. I messed up. I didn't start the same way we always started. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for taking the time out to listen to this or even watch this. You know what I'm saying? All of this is greatly appreciated. Those of you who have been listening to the podcast for a really long time may notice the absence of something. The absence of me completely drilling F-bombs at the beginning of this podcast. Do you know why? Loyal listeners? Because I got to post all these on YouTube and I need my money. And they like, hey, bruh. When you lead in heavy with the F-bombs and the N-words, you know what I'm saying? They might demonetize your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't get paid for all the time that people spend listening to this. I don't want you to worry though. They not gonna censor the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. We still coming hard. We still talking how we talking, doing what we do. Just not in the intro. In the intro, we about to be real PG-13, you know what I'm saying? So that we can get this bread. You know, we gonna lure them in about 5-6 minutes in that thing. Then we gonna be, you know what I'm saying, Bernie Mac on their ass, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I get down. I will not be contained. Y'all may also notice that I said this is brought to you by F.T.S Network because I'm finally starting to do all the stuff that I said I was going to do, y'all. So if you are not subscribed to the YouTube, jump on and subscribe to the YouTube because I'm literally doing a little bit of everything. Do you like sports? I'm doing sports reactions. Do you like Vlad TV interviews about black shit? Cool. I'm doing reactions to those too. Do you like interviews that I put on a podcast? Those go on to YouTube. Do you like these actual podcast episodes? Those full episodes, those will be available on the YouTube. And we needs to rack up these watch hours. So feel free to listen to these on YouTube and not on Spotify. I don't care where you listen. Just run it. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? That's what I need from y'all. The ones who I love. Because I know you love me back. You know what I'm saying? That's what we getting. That's how we doing. The feedback I done got from people on the Jalil interview is crazy good. He's gotten a lot of feedback on it. People who have talked to me individually about it have told me how much they enjoyed it. So y'all definitely will be seeing more interviews. I did an episode with this cat Jabray from my hometown. Some of y'all know him. Two of the people from the podcast actually put me on. He had talked about wanting to be on a podcast, and y'all know me. I've been trying to say I'm gonna start doing the guests more frequent. So I was like, bet if you want to do it, then come on, and you could do it with me. So he jumped on or whatever, but we did it last minute. It was only like the second or third time I had did this, and I'm honestly not sure what I did wrong, but somehow I messed it up. And his audio was doubled. Y'all might have caught it because a couple of y'all hit play on it. I posted it because I don't listen back to the episode. I do the same stuff to every episode. And now that I'm doing the YouTube stuff, y'all, it's set it and forget it. Your boy is jumping on. I'm throwing the effects on the audio like I need to. I put the same effects every single time. Putting the effects on the videos, the same effects every time. I'm processing that shit. I'm loading it up. I'm getting to the next thing. We one-man band over here. We playing more songs than we used to. So straight like it, I did not listen to it at all. Keys hit me up and was like, fam, the audio on this, terrible. You cannot run this. I was like, shit. So, and especially because it was funny, man. It was a good little episode. I really liked it. It's kind of giving me a little more understanding as to how I want to like do my interviews a little bit. It's one thing that I gotta work on. I want to ask like questions or whatever, like play a little game with them to get them comfortable or whatever. Just ask them a little couple questions or whatever. But I got to think of them a little bit better beforehand. Think of how I want to ask them. This is like a learning process. But it was a funny episode. We barely even got around to talking about what we were supposed to talk about. which is actually for me a good sign in a podcast in a lot of ways because it was just flowing so good. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was funny. My guy he's a funny, smart dude. But we had already talked about definitely bringing him on just to do an episode of the podcast. So Jabray will be back. We'll redo that. I got another interview that's going to drop next week on YouTube. I'll put it up on the podcast later. I'm actually going to drop it Monday. So tomorrow on YouTube. I'll make it the podcast episode Friday or something like that if you don't want to go on YouTube and be a real one. That's with a girl who I know her, but I used to work with her back when I lived in Ohio. She's like 29 years old. She's almost 30 years old. She's still a virgin. I was like, how? In 2022? You know what I'm saying? Are you like super Christian or like something like that? And I know her, so I know she's not. So I knew that the answer would be interesting. And it was. It was actually mad interesting. So got an interview coming out with her. She talks about that. She talks about the fact that she fucking had a tumor. Yeah, you see, here they go. They back. They back, baby. 6 minutes in. Here we back in the groove. No, I'm playing. But she yeah, point is what was I saying? Oh yeah, she has some other stuff going on. She'll tell you about it in the interview. We talk about it in the interview. I don't want to tell you all of it. You know what I'm saying? She had like a brain tumor, had brain surgery and all kinds of stuff. It's dope. It's a dope story. The more I do these interviews with people, the more you start to learn how the layers of people's lives are so much more in depth than you would think. You just wouldn't really expect some of the stuff that you learn from people when you just really start asking them about their life. But so anyway, what else? Before we get into the meat of the episode, there's really nothing else going on for me, y'all. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this content creating thing and trying to work a lot. My oldest is out of town. My youngest mom is moving back to Oklahoma, so I'm only gonna have her sporadically, which sucks. But I'm just trying to look at it from like I guess a glass half full perspective. Like so, at least I'll have more time to focus on other things that I've been trying to get taken care of. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not gonna waste this time since I can't really do a ton about it in this moment. When I say that too about not being able to just have my youngest the way that I want to, I feel like people take that as you're not willing to try as hard as you need to da da da. But I don't think people understand like it's really more complicated than that. Before you go through all that going to court and making it all whatever, you really do want to try and just figure out a way where everything can just level out. You can work out something that both people are just comfortable doing. It works out better for everyone. You don't want to have to deal with someone who's only doing what they obligated to do. Like they have no interest in actually doing it because they're going to make it more difficult than it had to be. And I'm not interested in that. That's not how I want to do my life. So I'm hoping that eventually, you know what I'm saying, things will smooth over a little bit and I'll be able to figure out some, back and forth, whatever. The way, honestly, if y'all want to know how I think this plays out, I think that before my daughter is school aged and she's not going to school regularly, I think that she'll basically be back and forth between Houston and Oklahoma on a pretty consistent basis. Like I'll probably have her like 35-40% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like a little less than half, which is whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want half, but I'll take it. And then she'll probably live down there during the school years for like till she's like 10 or 11. And then she'll probably come stay with me for a couple of years, or she'll probably, do like my oldest did. I think it plays out a lot like it did with my oldest, honestly. I think she lives with her mom while she's young, and then she ends up living with me when she's older. Which is cool. I mean, that worked out. So I guess they really know nothing about that. That's just what's going on in my little life or whatever. I did just find that out like on the random or whatever. So I think that's why it's still like at the top of my mind. It just kind of like seeped its way into this episode. I have no intentions on talking about that, but whatever. Um, yeah, we ain't got nothing else to start with. And I ain't got no real nigga story time for y'all. Real nigga ain't had no stories lately, bruh. I feel like I have, but a few things. Number one, I be forgetting to do them. I be forgetting to write them down when I think about them happening. And then number two, I don't be remembering what I already told y'all, and I don't want to sound like no grandpa. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, y'all see, I got grays. Where the grays at? I think they over here. I got some. I got a big patch of grays somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there they go. You see them? I'm already getting old, so I gotta protect against that. But anyway, uh, let's get into the first story. So one thing, y'all, I try not to do. I listen. The only podcast that I really listen to at this point now is this podcast called the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I highly recommend you listen to it. The only thing is you have to promise that I will still stay your favorite podcast, because when I tell y'all that they put out so much fire content, it's like 5 episodes a week, and they are fire. They be like an hour, hour and a half long, but they funny. It's relevant. Like, I love it. They got everything. And what's wild is I had been doing this podcast for well over a year before I ever heard their podcast. And when I listened to their podcast, I was like, oh, this is basically what I'm trying to do. Like, I get this is and I've been listening to the podcast for a long time. I had never heard another podcast that made me feel the vibe that I was trying to give with my podcast. So with that being said, ever since I listened to it, I go double time hard to try and not do what they do. I try and make sure that I put out, and they put out so much content and I listen so much. It's like, it makes me have to do more here and faster so that I can talk about something before I listen to them talk about it. Or I can pick my stories that I want to put on a podcast before I hear their episodes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they'll have a story that's so fire. I'm like, damn, why didn't I see that? But it's like, I'm not trying to be the Rod and Karen reaction podcast. You know what I'm saying? Where I just take everything Rod and Karen do and then I just talk about it on here. Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not creative. That's trash. That's trash. And it's fan behavior in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I say all that to say, this story came directly from their podcast. I would have never heard about it if it wasn't for them. It didn't pop up on my feed or nothing like that. But y'all, when I tell you, you have to hear this. Have to hear this. It is the funniest shit I needed this, y'all. On a day when this episode came out of this podcast, I was not having a good day. I had learned a lot of bullshit. It was really a trash day for me. And I'm listening to my favorite podcast, like whatever. And they start talking about this story. And from beginning to end, I'm just dying. So we're going to spend a fair amount of time on this story. And I promise you, you will not be upset by it. So, everybody knows that the craziest people in the world are in Florida. And that's not actually true. Well, it is true to a degree. But the reason why we think that is actually because Florida has some weird law where they have, like, their crimes and, like, things that's going on with them are, like, way more public record than they are in most places. So, or like way more easily accessible or readily available, whatever. I don't know if I'm saying this right. The whole point is, out there, it's real easy to get, like, the details of a story to happen. And that's why you get so many crazy stories out of Florida. Not because it's crazier than anywhere else. But anyway. Okay. So check this out, y'all. Here's a story. A Jacksonville man arrested after police say he killed his neighbor's pet rooster. A Jacksonville man has been accused of murdering his neighbor's rooster. Now, a feud between the two has ended in a 30-hour jail stay and a lot of fighting. I'm just gonna play you the video because all of the written part of the article is just quotes from the video. Now, I'm gonna play y'all the video, and then there's an extended interview. We listening to all of it, y'all. I promise y'all, it's no skips in this, y'all. This is a fire ass album of no skips. You feel what I'm saying? We not skipping. Just watch and listen. I hope we ain't got no stupid ad that's gonna pop up before the video plays. Come on now. All the money I paid for this internet.
You can spend your career stuck in an office, or you can inspire students to think outside the box.
That's all right. Watch me mute that shit. Now y'all ain't gotta hear that shit. Niggas trying to tell me about your little weak ass business.
Tonight of a man arrested for animal cruelty is accused of killing his neighbor's rooster with a stick. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Ben Becker in for John Bachman. Now, Action News Jack spoke with the rooster's owner and the man police say killed it.
I know every river's got two banks. He's got his side of the story. I don't really care what he's told y'all.
I want y'all to be clear. I'm aware that this should have been on White People Do This. From the moment I read the title of the story, I knew this was white people, but White People Do This goes at the end. And I wanted to talk about this right now. Right now, bro. Like, I wanted to lead the episode on this. Sometimes I just want to lead with the jokes, bro. The way this made me feel, I wanted y'all to feel. So I'm sorry. Let me just run it.
Spoke with the rooster's owner and the man police say killed it.
I know every river's got two banks. He's got his side of the story. I don't really care what he's told y'all.
Action News Jack's Kristen Rary joins us live downtown at JSO. And Kristen, the men have different opinions of what happened here.
Yeah, both of them have very different versions of the story, but no matter what, one man ended up in jail on animal cruelty charges, and he says they are unfair.
I didn't know to give it a 21-gun salute, CPR, mouth to mouth, or call the chicken ambulance.
I lose them to animals, but I was not expecting them to lose them to my neighbor. That was like my friend.
Jason DeFelice says his neighbor killed his pet rooster on purpose.
So I'm defending myself. I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, died.
James Nix has a different story.
Yo. First off, this man is so damn country. I love it. Country people always got some riddle or some little weird saying or something like that. My man said, I know every river's got two banks. He's got his story and I got mine. I never heard that one. I'm using that. Every river's got two banks. That's a good one. I want y'all who are on YouTube watching this right now to peep the level of country that we got going on right now, because I guarantee you what you're looking at right behind you is not one trailer, but probably several trailers combined, because they do that out in the country. You see, you got the window unit right here, so they are not in there hot, but then you see this window over here with the cord coming outside. Like, what is being powered by outdoors? What's going on here? But whatever. They just country people living their lives. He said, I know I'm supposed to call the chicken ambulance.
Then I just check my mail, and I turn around and go, I hear, and I turn around, and there's the chicken out there in the street. I said, oh boy, here we go.
He says the rooster was aggressive.
Turned around, walked back to my place. Now the chicken's in my yard. Now his neck flares up.
And what happened next was an accident.
So I pick up a stick in the yard, and I try to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me, and I accidentally knocked it in the head. Call it a lucky shot, whatever.
After the chicken ended up in a ditch, DeFelice came home.
I didn't see my rooster at first, so I knew something was up because he would always come chase me. And then I went in his yard and yelled at him, and he finally came out and said he killed him.
Kids in the neighborhood told him Nix beat the rooster.
He was yelling and screaming in my yard, and I just told him leave.
DeFelice took action.
I said, I'm calling JSO. I called JSO. JSO didn't do nothing. And then a couple days later, I realized I could call animal control.
And in late June, James Nix went to jail for animal cruelty.
Next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me.
Something Nix says he still doesn't understand.
Chickens are dying every day, people, at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Chickens,
really?
And Nix told us there was a history of violence.
My nigga said chickens die every day, B. Chickens die every day, B. Y'all over here acting like y'all care about chickens with a bucket at your crib. You don't care about these little niggas, bro. He ran up on me in my yard. See, that's the thing about living out in the country like that. First of all, it's cool you got your little rooster or whatever, but why is he running up on me? Why you can't contain your fucking rooster? That's your problem. Because you keep running up in my yard. And he keep bothering me, dog. That's like people who got little dogs. People who got little aggressive dogs think that they dogs aren't little assholes. And it's like, God forbid you kick the fuck out of one of their little dogs because it keep running up on you, biting your little ankles when you trying to go, you know what I'm saying, in and out your house. They like, we're just a dog. It wasn't going to hurt you. Like, nah, bro, get your dog. Get your dog. Maybe you need to put your chicken on a leash or something like that. Or he wouldn't be hit with a stick. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I'm on James' side. Just so y'all know, if it was me, that chicken would have been dead too. Hold on.
With that rooster, we're digging into that a little bit more at 11. For local coverage you can count on in Jacksonville, Kristen Rary, Action News Jax.
Okay, yeah. That was the story, but there's a full interview of this man talking about the chicken and the chicken police. So if y'all don't think that we're listening to it, you really have. You don't know me because I told you and I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I told you we was. All right, let's. We probably gonna have to watch another ad. They probably gonna try and play us. I bet they don't though. Y'all ain't gonna hear it on the podcast. Watch me silence this shit. We about to see. Yeah, they tried to play me again. You can try and spend your career stuck in the office. I'm not. I'm over here creating content. You bothering me, trying to give ads for your stuff. Okay.
Hi. Hey there, my name's Kristen.
First and foremost, y'all, it's the fact that it sounds like the South. Y'all hear her pulling up on that man? Y'all, she walking up. If y'all on the podcast, I know y'all heard all them damn bugs. It sounds itchy. No. Oh man, that's one thing about Texas. When people say Texas is the South, I'm like, bruh, Texas is definitely the South. But then I think about it and I'm like, most places in Texas are not like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the bugs, we don't got that like that. But they do got tree roaches out here. They big and they fly.
I'm with Action News Jax. We got a police report for this area saying that a rooster was beaten. And are you James Nix?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you be willing to talk about kind of what happened?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, this guy's harassing me.
Mm-hmm.
The chicken is. Hold on. I'm gonna get everything for this kid.
Sure.
Hey, my nigga said, hold up. Let me go get my evidence out the truck.
I mean, this is like, wow. How did you get the report, ma'am?
We get certain reports sent to us when things happen.
Okay. This is my dad's leg. We lived out here since 1974. I moved out here about 5 years old. I know every river's got two banks. He's got his side of the story. I don't really care what he's told y'all. He's got this chicken. It's like a pet. Just like you got a dog.
This chicken.
All right? If your dog is aggressive.
What I say? What did I say? What did I say, y'all? What did I just say? If you got a dog and your dog is aggressive. See, James, I told you I'm on your side, G. I told you I'm on your side.
This should know that if you have an animal that's an aggressive animal, you need to keep it contained. So when we go to the mailbox here, these are my parents. I made their yard bigger.
Proud son.
I go to the mailbox with my dad a couple months ago, and you don't see anything. You just go check the mail like you normally do. turn around and walk with my dad, talking with my dad, and the chicken comes and hits him in the back of the leg. Cuts through the jeans and makes, this is a couple weeks after. It's already healed, but it hit him right here in the leg, cut through the jeans. His leg was bleeding, okay? And so, the kids that used to live over there, they were throwing rocks and sticks at this chicken to keep it away. The man that lives across the street, his grandson come running in the door saying, "Grandpappy, the chicken's after me." You know, so every time, I think the chicken was a fighting chicken. I'm not sure if the guy's fighting this chicken because he's upset about his chicken getting killed, but my granddaughter's out here, you know, playing in the yard.
Wait. The funny thing is, y'all know they do fight chickens. That's a real thing. Niggas do chicken fight. That's some country ass shit, but niggas do chicken fight. But you could tell my man is in defense mode because he know good and damn well that soft ass man. What I don't want to call him soft. That's, you know, that's toxic. But that man seemed a little more gentle than the type of motherfucker who typically fight chickens. That's what I'm saying. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? He could be Joe from you. He could be out here jerking off on bitches' porches and then raping them and you know what I'm saying, and killing them and stuff. Sometimes you look gentle and you're really a monster. You never really know. But from what I saw, it didn't appear to be a nigga who fight chickens. But he done went all the way to maybe he was fighting them. Maybe he was fighting chickens. That's his problem. He a chicken fighter. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I ain't mad at him, bro. Get it how you live, bro. You got to win your case because they trying to free my nigga James because they imprisoned my man for 30 hours. I like how they said 30 hours, too, to make it sound longer because he's white. But because 30 hours is definitely just like a day and like a breakfast type shit. But when you in jail, I always say 30 hours, too. So, anyway.
And my mom had to defend. My dad keep the stick out there just to keep the chicken away. So I go to my mailbox one morning. I don't see nothing. I just check my mail. And I turn around and go. And I hear. And I turn around and there's the chicken out there in the street. I said, oh boy, here we go. Turn around and walk back to my place. Now the chicken's in my yard.
They been happy.
Now his neck flares up. And he's doing his thing, and he's trying to jump up at me. Well, I'm not 80 years old. So I move a little bit quicker than my dad, which he come and kind of ambushed my dad, assaulted, whatever you want to call it.
Bruh.
So I pick up a stick in the yard, and I try to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me, and I accidentally knocked it in the head. You know, call it a lucky shot, whatever. The chicken rolled around on the ground right there in my yard up here, and then it just laid there in the ditch. I didn't know to give it a 21 gun salute, CPR, mouth to mouth, you know, or call the chicken ambulance. So
the vibe on this guy is so funny to me because it's really just like, yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I didn't like the chicken, but he kept fucking with me. So he came and fucked with me one day, tried to hit me. Bow. I dodged him. Picked up a stick. I was trying to let that nigga know to stop fucking with me. But I mean, I am a grown ass man and it is just a chicken. So I was just trying to get it away. But I happened to kill the motherfucker. Am I sad the chicken dead? No. That's the reason why they locked him up. Because he not sad. He didn't apologize for killing that chicken not one time. Not on this video. Probably not to that man. He don't give a fuck about that chicken being dead. He like, bro, I'm glad he's dead. Kill that chicken. I hated him, bro. My life is better now. He was my arch nemesis. I woke up every day. And I'm telling you, bro, it was a rooster. Do roosters really like fucking bark at the crack of dawn? Talking about, nigga, boy, I'll kill you. Foghorn, leghorn, boy. I'll fire your ass up, bro. Ain't no way in motherfucking hell. Anyway, let's watch some more of this.
I just left it laying there beside the road. The kids told him that I killed his chicken. He grabbed the chicken, was yelling and screaming in my yard. And I just told him leave. But I did tell him after the chicken hit my dad, I said, hey man, the chicken attacked my dad. Oh, it's just a chicken. What's he gonna do? You know, okay, well, look. So it kept terrorizing and being aggressive. So I figure this is my property. I got a right to defend life, property, and limb, just like you do. If a man comes attack you and you know kung fu, you're gonna hi-ya him, right? Okay, simple as that. So I'm defending myself. You know, I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, you know, died. Chickens are dying every day, people, at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really. And next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me, and they put a tag on my mailbox on Memorial Day. So I called the lady up, and I told her what happened. She says, well, I'm going to press charges on you for cruelty to animals.
Oh, he called her all kinds of bitches when he hung up the phone.
And write you a citation. You know, so I got a hold of my lawyer, and, you know, I went to jail. They come arrested me last Thursday. They were here when I got off of work. Took and hauled me to jail for trying to protect myself.
It's the sad voice for me, bro. He said, I'm a hardworking man. I had just got off of work. And what do? They take me to jail for a chicken? In front of my family. They arrested me in front of my family. I feel you, bros. That's how they did. That's how they do us. They came to my house and took me away too, bro.
How long were you in jail?
30 hours.
And what was that like?
There's really no drinking water in there. They give you food, but there's really no water. There's, you know, I mean, not everybody that goes to jail is guilty or supposed to be there, you know.
My man got a complete understanding of the flaws of the criminal justice system off of 30 hours off of chicken. He was in there with some little niggas who like, bruh, you ain't even do it. You don't deserve to be here. He was like, right? I mean, and you probably don't need to be here either. Little stomach ache, little, what do you call this young man? Number one shooter. Okay. Well, you shot her. You don't deserve to be here. And the thing he said about the drinking water is funny. This is something that you don't hear talked about in jail often. They don't give you water in jail. There's a sink attached to the top of your toilet. So like, they're like, that's water, nigga. That's the water that you drink in jail. To be clear, that's all the water that gets drank in jail. From what I understand. In prison, maybe it's different. Maybe you could buy bottled water in commissary. But in jail, they give you a cup of something that's already made with your food. And if you want to drink something outside of that, you can keep the cup and you can drink the water on the top of the sink. And that's it. And that's in these prisons that be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of degrees and all this other shit. Like, yeah, it's wild. Jail is wild. Jail is not, I don't have anything for should have been a dog, or you should have said you were a dog today. But jail, they should all say they dogs. They would never allow you to keep thousands of dogs and those anyway.
You know, I'm just a regular, hard-working man, just trying to, you know, give my piece. The sad part is we bring this guy food on holidays because we kind of feel sorry for him because, you know, we know he's from out of town. So on holidays, we'll bring him a barbecue dinner.
We eat ribs with this dude.
But for him to turn on me and call, you know.
We eat ribs with this dude. And we didn't have a clue that he was going to call the chicken police. The fuck?
He ain't been here for a couple of years. But him to call the police and cause me a bunch of heartache and grief is not fair. It's not fair to me. And he was told that his chicken is aggressive and he didn't want to do anything about it. So what else am I going to do? You know, defend myself. And so I went to court, and now I got court dates and you know, being arrested, and it's embarrassing. My parents have been married for 62 years this September 30th, and for them to watch me get arrested is just sad. I mean, I don't really know what else to say.
What's wild, not that I'm falling for this man's sad white man voice, but anybody who got older, like grandparents or parents, like his parents are like 80-something years old, they probably was kind of like, at least his mama, his daddy seemed like he's probably like him. His dad. This the thing that y'all don't understand. Country white folks like that, they got a real fuck the police attitude too. They really niggas like us. Like, to be real, that's one of the reasons why I think the way that Republican politicians like pander to those kind of people is so garbage. Because, I mean, honestly, from the beginning, poor white people and black people have so much in common. We're like basically the same. Like, we're the same. Y'all, it's like such a small amount of privilege sprinkled on top of the poverty. Like them white folks in West Virginia and shit like that. Motherfuckers like my guy right here. Look at how they living, bro. They about to leave him the trailer when they die. He live in the trailer with them now. They not doing great, bro. I ain't hating on them neither. I'm not at all. But I'm just saying. They probably also vote for Trump and all kinds of other shit. But it's like, bro, you see how they'll do you if you don't got enough bread to really do that. If they feel like they can fuck with you, they'll just fuck with you. And that's what they did to you. He called the chicken police on you. And they was like, oh, you an animal cruelty ass nigga. You up out of here. And now you like, bruh, I can't believe, look at the look on my man's face. This is the saddest thumb I ever seen in my life, bruh. This is your thumb whenever you burn it on the stove. Y'all, if you're not seeing this on the YouTube, you won't get it. But look at this. Hold on. Let me. If you burn this thumb, it would look just like this. Look at. Anyway. We about done with my man.
I mean, you don't have to be sorry. Be sorry for him because the rotten fruit falls off the tree eventually.
Anything else that you want to add about it?
I mean, if you want to ask, you can ask me what you want. I just basically that's my testimony. He's given his testimony. My parents are giving the testimony. I've given my testimony. I just don't see how I'm cruel to animal. I mean, I can tell when an animal's dead, just like anybody else. It died. It died right there. I mean, the chickens run around a little bit like crazy and then just laid there.
He said, I don't see how I cruel the animal.
It was limp.
I just one question. It said a steel pipe. Was it a metal pipe or was it a
No, a stick out of the yard here. See, that's how stories get exaggerated. Mm-hmm. You know? I picked up a stick out of my yard. You can see there's all kind of sticks and limbs laying around. And there's one right there. So, I mean, you know, I just picked it up and tried to hit it in the tail, but it was hopping and trying to spur me. And just like it spurred my dad, and I hit it. I didn't mean to kill it, but that's the way it happened.
Again, note the non-apology. I didn't mean to kill it.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
But it's dead, though. That's what I love about this story. I'm not going to cap to y'all. If it's anything about this story that I love, or if the thing that I love most about that story was 110% the fact that my man's was not even remotely upset about that chicken dying. He was like, chickens die every day, B. My man said, I don't see how I cruel the animal. That's it, B. I said, I don't see how I cruel the animal. Anyway, y'all, it's like something like a window or something like that. It was all these fucking fruit flies in my house, and I almost got them. All them bitches is almost dead now. It's just like 3 or 4 of them flying around in this room, and I'm like, yeah, bitch. I'm just letting y'all know, bro. I don't like bugs. I don't like none of that. And I think it's literally because I've been buying. It's probably literally between my plants and fruit because I've been buying fruit. I'm trying to eat better, eat healthier, whatever. Eat in the mornings before I go to work, but it's just me here, so I don't be eating it all. So I be throwing the fruit away, but it's just me here, so I don't take my trash out every day because it really takes me. I take my trash out. I have to. This is crazy about being single. And then my kids not being here like that, I bet you other single people feel me on this too. I take my trash out when I start to smell it at this point. Because if it never really gets full. It takes me so long to fill my trash can up that it'll be something in my trash can that needs to. So now what I try and do is just when I throw food and stuff out, I just take the whole trash out because I know it's just going to sit in here and go bad. Like it'll be a trash bag. I'll be wasting trash bags now. Y'all be a trash bag with like 1/8 of the bag full, but I had to like dump out some food plates in it or like throw some fruit away or something like that. So I'll just throw the whole motherfucking thing away. It's trash. Anyway, We got a lot of news out of Texas right now, and I'm aware. Just to be clear too, I'm aware that I haven't done a podcast. I've been doing so much stuff with the YouTube and everything else. I know it's been a minute since we got our real podcast in, so I know that I didn't say shit about the July 4th shooting. I don't have a lot to say about it, y'all. They said that he was on social media. The one thing that I will say about the July 4th shooting is this. My solution, or my emphasis that I place on this, I'm gonna say solution because, like, honestly, like, I'm just a regular nigga. I don't know how to solve this. But the emphasis that I place on these is actually still not on the guns themselves, but on policing and finding a way to get it, even monitoring. Maybe you allow these motherfuckers to say what they want a little bit more, but like you monitor it more strictly. And if you say certain things online, then like they flag. I don't know what it is, but the one thing all these guys have in common is they are not loners. They are part of an online community that encourages this kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like the shooter from July 4th, they were saying that he'd be like posting propaganda from, not propaganda, he'd be like posting like mass shooter praises type shits or whatever. Like he's already on some shit. Like that's not new. But that online community is real, and like they all get with each other and be bigging each other up and all that other shit or whatever. So I'm just saying that that's the thing is we are in a world now where you can go out a hero for being like the scum of the earth. Like Dylan Roof is God to them niggas. You know what I'm saying? The nigga who shot at the Buffalo supermarket, he's gonna be famous with them. He live streamed that shit. They have that live stream saved. That live stream is like gold. It's gonna be like an NFT to them niggas. Like that's what I'm talking about. A world where everything that you deem as distasteful and dangerous and all that is not only commonplace, not only accepted, but preferred. That's what I'm talking about. So, you know, that's where I'm at with that. And I'm sure it was a few other things that went down. R. Kelly got sentenced. I think I talked about that a little bit. Whatever. But I'm just be real with y'all. I'm not trying to go. The episode is already, you know what I'm saying, going. It's already long, so we ain't got time to go back that far. But what we do got is some news out of Texas. Like I said, I still don't have a theme song from Takis, but you know what I'm talking about. It don't even matter. Haley said I'm supposed to hit the yeehaw every time we do this, and I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's fun. Anyway, $3.3 million scheme. Woman arrested for running an illegal business, claiming to fix customers' credit issues, Precinct 4 says. This is from Click Houston. You know what I'm saying? Channel 2. A humble woman, that's Harris County. A humble woman was arrested on Sunday for her alleged involvement in a $3.3 million finance scheme conducted through her credit repair business. According to Constable Mark Herman, deputies conducted a raid at Rose Credit Repair in the 15300 block of John F. Kennedy Boulevard in North Harris County. What I will say, places named after famous historical figures, if they're not, it's crazy, right? If you were going to tell me that I had to live on a street named after somebody in history, I would choose the Confederate officer because that's probably in a nice neighborhood. But like John F. Kennedy, anyone who advocated for change, that's in the hood. I don't want to live there. It's not safe. I'm sorry. Put me on Robert E. Lee Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? And I'll work out the differences with my neighbors. You feel what I'm saying? And we'll work to change the name. But I know that my kids will probably go to a better school. So, you know, that's America for you. Court documents state the business owner, 29-year-old Rokisha Lachey Brisby, was involved in the scheme, which began around November 2020 and lasted until March 2022. The record states Brisby used 50 or more items of identifying information, mainly their names, dates, birth, social security numbers, and IDs of victims involved. Documents also state Brisby filed around 133 false reports about the loss or theft of credit cards while seeking to erase about $1.4 million in client debt on behalf of 74 people. Ooh-wee. That is crazy. After a lengthy investigation inside the business, deputy found information indicating Brisby's business would fix people's credit through illegal means. Photos taken by investigators show a banner from Rose Credit Repair that claims to help customers raise their credit score by 50 to 100 points and use the law to remove common errors such as late payments, bankruptcies, and settlements. The business also claims that customers will see results in 35 days or less. Brisby has been charged with felony forgery of government instrument in this case. She is expected in court Monday, July 11th. Back in 2019, she was arrested and charged with injury to a child after authorities say she and her boyfriend placed her then 7-year-old son in scalding hot shower after the child reportedly misbehaved at school. The okay, listen. The boyfriend at the time, Mark Terrell, was accused of forcing the child to stand in the shower. She sprayed him with hot water, resulting in burns on his head, face, neck, and chest. She was able to post a $125,000 bond as expected back in court for that charge October 3rd, 2022. So she hasn't even been to court for them burning her baby up? Fam. I was going to talk about the actual story, but there's two things I want to talk about here. Isn't it crazy how when black people do something, they always talk about everything else that we did? And listen, fuck Rokisha. I ain't cutting for her at all. She's trash. What it sounds like is she was running one of them scheme ass credit repair businesses, which I'm telling y'all, I never use one because I ain't trust this shit. I'm just like, bro, y'all talking about y'all gonna do all this other shit and blah, 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 whatever. I'll just pay these people the money I owe them and watch my credit score go up and just call it a day. And I'll do that on my own. I'll dispute the shit on my own. I'll dispute the shit that need to get disputed. I'll pay the shit that need to get paid. And I'll fix my credit by myself. I don't trust y'all motherfuckers because it's never somebody who... And even when it's not people who like unsavory, where you like, I don't trust them, it's never somebody who has a history in finance or money or something like that, where they're like, oh, I could just help people get their credit right and charge a small nominal fee and it'll be a worthwhile business. It's a motherfucker who just 2 weeks ago was working at Dollar Store. They was working at Family Dollar. They was the assistant manager and now they're like, oh, I fix credit now. And it's like, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. You found out about some scam shit that niggas be doing because niggas be scamming so hard now. Everything a scam. So, yeah, fuck Rokisha. But that is wild how when niggas do stuff, they be like, and guess what else happened back in 2019? But about what happened in 2019, bruh, that to me is... Before I started to learn more about, before I stopped being in a place where I felt so comfortable blaming women for everything that happens and not being more willing to analyze the situation for all the other factors that go into it, I would tell you that the kind of woman who will let a man abuse a child who don't even belong to him is like the worst kind of woman on the planet. But I now know that, or I'm aware that, it's a lot that goes into like getting to a point where you allow that to occur. Like lifetimes worth of trauma and never learning how to like properly cope with things and all kinds of other shit, right? I know that's true. But I still felt compelled to say both. And I think that means something about how I feel still. And that's why I said it all. And you could take that for what you want to take it for, but that's where I'm at with that. The whole story itself is crazy. $3.3 million. Sound like she was robbing the motherfuckers who was coming to the credit repair place and then scamming to get their credit. But it's like she was scamming on both ends. But it's just like, that's what I'm talking about. Would you go to a woman who you knew had burned her baby up for that? I don't think you would. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. I don't think you would. If you knew that Rokisha had burned her baby up, I don't think you would be like, well, you know what? I'm going to go to her for my credit repair needs. I think maybe you would just pay them people their little money. But anyway. Hold on real fast, y'all. I want to... I'm trying to... There we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm attempting to get us put together. What did I just? Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for all of this, confusion as to what's going on. I had shut down my second display because I was thinking that I wasn't going to show any more videos to the people who are watching this on YouTube, and I am wrong. I was looking at the next story that I want to show y'all, and there is in fact a video associated with it that I would like y'all to see. So I needed to open that back up so I can show you, because I feel like there might be. I should have checked to see if there was a video on this first, because this be one of them stories where they'll play you and have you thinking it's about to be a video where it ain't really one. Let's just read the headline, and if it's video, I'll show y'all. Video shows. Look, and that's why I say the article, the headline is misleading if there's no video. Video shows GOP targeting. Those are Republicans, by the way, in case you weren't aware. Targeting Houston minority communities with poll watcher brigade. As Texas Republican lawmakers seek to expand the powers of partisan poll watchers, and Democrats warn doing so will lead to intimidation of minority voters, newly uncovered video shows the Harris County GOP is recruiting thousands of volunteers to monitor voting in Black and brown communities in Texas. In the video, leaked by government accountability nonprofit Common Cause Texas, a county precinct chair giving a presentation describes the need for an election integrity brigade of 10,000 Republicans in Houston's predominantly white suburbs to volunteer in the city's racially diverse urban core. We've got to get folks in these suburbs out here that have, a lot of Republican folks that have got to have the courage to cover the city, says the speaker, who's not named in the video. If we don't do that, the fraud this fraud down in here, he goes on to say as he circles the city with a pointer, this fraud down in here is really going to continue. So this motherfucker is like, okay, hold on, I gotta see if this video is gonna play that. Let's see if it's actually, it is. Okay, wait. Okay. This is crazy, y'all. Well, I'm gonna talk to y'all about it after I put it up. Okay, hold up. Do. Boo 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 boo. Okay, bow. Share. All right, boom. Now y'all see that? I know you do. Bow. Full screen that thing. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. Because I don't want to read it if he gonna say it.
Last I looked at the numbers that I was working over with, almost 30. So I'm trying to get, encourage and recruit as a precinct chair about 30 people in my precinct that will have the confidence and courage to come down in here in these areas where we really need poll workers, because this is where the fraud is occurring. All right. So me finding poll watchers out here is not, it helps. Yeah, but it's a pretty safe precinct. We've got to get folks in these suburbs out here that have, a lot of Republican folks that got to have the courage. If we don't do that, this fraud down in here is really going to continue. So I want all of us to think about that in terms of, the recruiting process and stuff that is in charge of.
So, y'all, that is mad problematic. And I think I'm beyond the point where a lot of the people who listen to my podcast are still in a position where they don't know where I feel on like whether or not you spending your time voting or not. I say this all the time. The amount of energy that they put into making sure your black ass don't vote should really tell you how important it is that you do it. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all white folks that don't vote too. I got white friends who think they so smart that they just above voting, bro. They just like, oh, the whole government is blah, blah, blah. And you just need to blah, blah, blah. And the third party candidate, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, that's lazy thinking. It's lazy and it's stupid. You're not going to get enough people to ever vote a third party candidate in. And saying you don't want to vote for the lesser of two evils as though niggas aren't voting for the more of the two evils is dumb. You still got to live here. Nigga, you going to leave if your nigga lose? You not, right? So you should still vote, right? It's just crazy to me. And there's also literally barely anywhere in America where if everyone, and not even everyone, if just more people who talk about how they feel but don't do shit about it went and voted, we would really be in a much different position in this country. Like, could you imagine? It's crazy because so many of you motherfuckers ain't pay attention in civics class. You really don't understand what's happening and what's stopping point like this and that from happening or whatever. Like, through Obama's whole presidency, people were talking about what Obama could and could not get done. And I don't think at any point in that time there was really any emphasis on what he was capable of doing with the Senate numbers the way they were for the majority of his time in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did have a majority for a short window of time, but it wasn't a big window of time. Now we kind of have a bigger understanding as a community, I feel like, oh, there's these other things. But then there's still these other people who are like, Joe Biden hasn't done any of the things that he said he was going to do. And it's like, bruh, it's a lot of shit Joe Biden hasn't done, but most of it is stuff Joe Biden don't really have a lot of control over, or shit he never said he was going to do. And I get that you want that done. I'm not against you wanting that done, but what is the point in wasting all this time and energy talking about what Joe Biden won't do that he doesn't have the Senate numbers to do anyway? Like, what he won't try or won't like advocate for that he don't have the numbers to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't think. Sometimes I think the criticism is just not thought through enough. I'm down for some well thought criticism of what the Biden administration could and could not do better, because there are valid criticisms. Most of the criticism doesn't come from a place of critical thought, though. That's why I don't really be listening to this shit. And you got motherfuckers on the other side who are like, we want white people from the suburbs. He's talking to them saying, out in these areas, we got 700,000 Trump voters. But here, we got all this going on. And then goes to tell them, oh, you don't need to watch out for fraud in your neighborhoods, because they don't do that. Only the black neighborhoods do that. That's a black and brown thing. The outright racism that exists in these spaces that are organizing to control what occurs in the country that we all live in. The least your ass could do is go in there and say, no, I don't really fuck with that. Voting is easy too, by the way. I don't know if niggas say that shit often enough, because you talk about how hard they try and make it, and they like see it and they be like, oh, hour-long lines at the poll, da-da-da-da. I'm not saying that doesn't happen anywhere. In major cities, in some areas and instances it does happen. But y'all, most places, first of all, super easy to vote early. The line to vote early is never long. You can just go early. You don't have to wait until the day you vote. A lot of places you can mail in your vote still, so you don't even have to fucking go. Then even if you do go, it's not that hard. I voted, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now at this point. I've never spent more than 30 minutes at a polling place. I go in, cast my little ballot, I leave. Because I didn't vote in 2008. I voted in 2012, midterms, 12, 16, midterms, 2020. I'm going to vote in these midterms. But anyway, yeah, just go do the shit. It's super easy, and the effort and energy that these people put into making sure that you can't do it and villainizing your whole populace and doing their best to take everything they can from you and everybody who you love and anybody who's not like overwhelmingly protected by like white supremacy in the master class. You know what I'm saying? You should just go do that little easy thing. It's not hard. Let's see. This fucking website got so many ads on it. So next story. I did not see anything about this, but I was like, whatever. This is like a follow-up on a story that I didn't know nothing about. White Texas Kroger white devil I'm just playing though. White Texas Kroger security guard who dragged, pepper sprayed, and racially profiled black woman fired. A Kroger store in Houston has parted ways with a security guard accused by multiple customers of racially profiling black women. Several black women shared their traumatic experience with the since terminated security guard. Kamisha Sterling was the first to record her April 13th encounter where the guard verbally and physically abused her cousin, Stephanie Teal, who's special needs. Damn. You over here picking on... Damn. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure that shit wasn't playing no fucking ads. Teal had grabbed a burger and started eating it inside the store while continuing to shop for food. Teal says she had every intention of paying for the burger, but the guard approached her and accused her of stealing. Sterling recorded the recording shows the guard dragging Teal out of the store by her hair. He's like, she's stealing. I say, she's not stealing. I have a basket full of groceries. I'm paying for everything. 1 month after the attack, Teal recorded another interaction with the same guard following her from the store and asking her if she had something in her bag. Damn. So after he drugged the girl out over a hamburger, he still what? Boy, they be like, oh, we fired him. Like, nigga, eventually. On June 21st, Shalandra Peavy recorded her experience with the same guard that started after she placed items that she couldn't carry in her hands into a clear Kroger produce bag and continued shopping. However, the Allied Universal Security Guard can be seen in the video accusing her of stealing. At one point during the encounter, the guard can be heard admitting to having called her black and ugly. Yes, I did, the guard reportedly replied. Advocates Quanell X and Dr. Candace Matthews rallied behind the women demanding the guard's removal. Baby, it's about to get ugly because we bring in the hammer. Oh, she's back. She's back. Baby, it's about to get ugly because we bring in the hammer of accountability all the way here to this Kroger. And you are about to lose your job, Matthews said. Boy, not the hammer of accountability makes another appearance in Houston news. She about to be a new star. By Wednesday, a spokesperson from Kroger confirmed they had parted ways with the guard. The Allied Universal Security Guard in question will no longer service Kroger stores. We will not tolerate this type of behavior from third-party providers that operate within our stores. Let's see if we got a video. They said we got a video. Let's see if we do. Booyah.
Well, first tonight, a Kroger security guard is under fire for allegedly racially profiling.
We go into this shit. We go into the shit. Hold up, y'all. We got a video. We got a video. We go watch because it's so interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out of pocket right now. I know. This fucking website and all these billion ads don't that we got going on right here while we trying to stream all of this. Oh no, I had to stream. All right, let's watch it.
Profiling 3 different black women in separate interactions, assaulting one of them and yelling racially insensitive remarks at another. Fox 26's Gabby Hart joining us live from that Kroger on 249 in Antoine. And Gabby, I know you spoke with those women today.
I did, Jonathan, and we actually have video of all 3 interactions. One of them shows the security guard dragging a special needs woman from the grocery store. Another video shows the security guard admitting that he just called a female customer black and ugly.
Before we even watched the video, I read the article so fast. It really took me, I forgot about the special needs thing that quick. How you drag a special needs person in a store you supposed to be working security at and you still got a damn job? What? Fam? Okay.
You just said I'm black and I'm ugly.
On June 21st,
yes,
Shalandra Peavy recorded this interaction inside of the Kroger on 249 in Antoine. She says she couldn't carry any more items in her hands, so she dropped some of them in a clear Kroger produce bag and continued shopping. That's when she says the Allied Universal Security Guard seen in this video accused her of stealing.
He walked up to me. He said, I guess you're going to go up front and try to exchange that, huh?
I said, if that's what you feel, then you wait until I get up front.
Just 2 months earlier, on April 13th, Stephanie Teal, a woman with special needs, had a run-in with the same security guard.
I don't know where you're pulling me. Why is he doing this to me?
Stephanie was with her cousin, Kamisha Sterling, when she...
I don't know if I'm going to hell for this, y'all. I ain't even trying to be no kind of way. But my nigga fucked up because you could tell that girl's special needs standing there with a mask on. She ain't said not one word. She not doing nothing but standing there. But you can see, I'm not, y'all, listen. I try to never be insensitive. I don't even say the R word no more. I've been getting so good about, I'm growing so much as a person. She the special needs, she blind because she rocking like Ray Charles right now. She look like Stevie Wonder on the piano right now. Ain't nothing going on. She smiling with her eyes through that mask. Ain't nothing to smile about right now. She a little slow. You could tell. You could tell. I'm saying all that to say, my mans was mad fucked up for fucking with this girl, bro. Like, bruh. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Opened a Kroger burger inside of the store and started eating it. Sterling says she had every intention of paying for it when they got to the register. But the security guard approached them, an altercation ensued, and eventually he pepper sprayed and dragged Stephanie from the store.
He pepper sprayed the special
Please
girl?
don't let him take me
Oh.
out. I cannot see. Please, someone.
1 month later, Stephanie's cousin recorded yet another interaction with the same guard. This time, he followed her from the store and accused her of stealing.
I need my motherfucking money. If I'm her family, I need my bag. What? He's pepper sprayed that girl? Drug her out the store? That's the one he pepper sprayed and drug out the store over a fucking cheeseburger that she might have been. Bruh, I know some of y'all do that. I know some of y'all do both. I know some of y'all eat the food in the store and throw that container away because I be seeing them containers next to the paper towels and shit. It be empty chicken tender container from Walmart, and I'm like, somebody got y'all ass. I see, but I done also, nigga, I done literally came up to the counter at Walmart with like a box of cookies or something like that, like them little animal crackers or something like that, that's completely empty, and just be like, just ring this up for your boy, and I just pay for it. I also done stole from self-checkout, so I'm not trying to tell y'all that I'm above anything. I done definitely hit the doop doop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not above any of it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this, when the self-checkout first dropped, like, it's really my employee discount. I work here because you making me do this job. Like, I applied. But anyway, yeah, I need my bag if I'm her. Not only did he fucking assault that special needs girl for no fucking reason, they didn't even fire him for it. He had 2 more complaints after that one. Oh, no, bro. That's a last strike. I don't need a previous write-up to get you up out of here for that.
He's RoboCop working at Kroger on steroids, looking for black women that he can harass. He should be terminated.
I knew that's what Quanell X was going to look like.
Community activist Quanell and Dr. Candace Matthews got word of these incidents, and they went to the Kroger to speak with that security
guard. There goes the hat. Yep, that's her.
And let him know that we watching him. Baby, it's about to get ugly because we finna bring the hammer of accountability all the way here to this doggone Kroger.
She don't got it with her today? She don't got it today, y'all. She usually has an actual hammer.
Were charged or arrested for shoplifting. We did receive a statement from Kroger this evening. They say that the security guard in these videos is no longer employed within their stores. They said, quote, "We will not tolerate that kind of behavior." It's unclear, though, if the third-party security company that he worked for has let him go or not.
That's what I was about to say. That's wild because they like, he don't work here no more. But that motherfucker still probably got a job, bro. That depending on them security companies, bro. That's the wild thing about these small business owners, bro. That you never really know what they like ideologies are. So the people who they hire could range from, we don't really mind a few indiscretions to we like openly hire racists and people who have like these problematic issues because we don't care and we kind of support that shit. So, that's crazy. Let's see what else. We only got a few more things here. That's all we got for Texas. Texas is off the chopping block now. We got all that taken care of, I suppose. This is just some regular old white supremacy stuff. City leaders condemn white supremacists after dozens march through Boston. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, all right, Boston, with the diverse hire on mayor, and others spoke out Saturday after dozens of apparent white supremacists marched through the city streets. The Boston Police Department said it learned around 12:30 p.m. that 100 protesters had gathered on Congress Street near City Hall Plaza. Photos and videos posted to social media appeared to show throngs of protesters marching under the banner of the Patriot Front, characterized by the Anti-Defamation League and Southern Poverty Law Center as a white supremacist group. I feel like one of these, I wonder if they'll say it in the story. I feel like that's what it was. They were the group that was at that Pride event in Idaho. I knew I recognized their name when I said it. That's the whole reason why I pulled this story, because it's like almost a follow-up story of the same organization, because, you know, that's how white supremacists get down. Y'all want to see these white folks. Look at how they be dressed, bro. They be the poorly dressed the motherfuckers, bro. I'll play y'all this real quick. Ain't no telling. Let's see what they do. Oh, they got a drum line. We got to get Nick Cannon. We need Nick Cannon, fam. Oh, so y'all got a drum line in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? For the motherfucking Patriot Front. Okay. Coming through this motherfucking nigga. We'll beat on your drums, nigga. That's what we need. We need Nick Cannon to pull up on them niggas and hit their ass with the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? With the string right here on the chin. You know what I'm saying? We need that fat motherfucker from the other team that lost. We need that bitch nigga Sean who hated on my nigga Nick for the whole movie. We banging on these niggas. What, nigga? Patriot Front drumline? Fuck y'all niggas. Y'all white. They probably playing the same look. Fuck them niggas, bro. We eating on y'all niggas. We playing on your drums, nigga. All of that. All of that. Fuck the Patriot Front. That's wild. Them niggas got a drum line, bro. I never would have expected that. To the white supremacists who ran through downtown today, when we march, we don't hide our faces. Your hate is as cowardly as it is disgusting, and it goes against all that Boston stands for. Wu wrote on Twitter, "I'm outraged and disgusted at the white supremacist group protesting today," added City Council President Ed Flynn. What's wild is we protest with no masks on because we don't be policing judges and motherfuckers who hold bankers and motherfuckers who hold prominent positions in society where we can't have motherfuckers know what we look like. The reason the Patriot Front hide their face, the same reason the Klan hide their face, because they can't have you knowing who they are. In a longer statement, Flynn referred to the Patriot Front's actions last month at a Pride event in Idaho, where 31 members of the hate group were arrested on charges of conspiracy to riot. Cordy Allen, Police Chief Lee White said he and his department subsequently received death threats from anonymous callers. Of course, which is one of the most baffling, frustrating things to me is how quickly these motherfuckers will be like, Blue Lives Matter, but will turn immediately around and be like, but fuck them niggas if they in our way. We will kill police on January 6th. The police took us to jail for trying to riot at a pride rally. So death threats to them niggas because they part of the libtards who trying to take us to hell. Bruh, crazy. To the white supremacists, these are just all of those things. It's incumbent among all of us to acknowledge, call out, disavow the growing extremism and creeping hate in our country wherever we see it, Flynn wrote. We must always stand with the Jewish community and our communities of color to educate our children about the horrors of the past so the history does not repeat itself, and make clear to all neo-Nazi and white supremacist groups that they are not welcome and will not represent our values. Who said that? Ed Flynn? Ed Flynn got to be a Jew. Or maybe they were like, why are communities of color last? God damn, the Jewish community, immigrant neighbors, and communities of color. Like, damn, bro. White supremacist groups typically start with the communities of color. But I'm going to just assume that the Patriot Front has some super vendetta against Jews and stuff like that I don't know about, because that shit's weird. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I had a few more little stories that I was gonna do, but I don't feel like they flow. I don't feel like the context is really right. They're not time sensitive stories, so I can tell you later. And right now it is 11:36. If I leave my house right now, I can go get Raisin Cane's, and I don't have to eat sleep for dinner. So, I love y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. This has been the Fuck This Shit podcast, brought to you by F.T.S. Network. Please make sure you click that link in the description and do all the stuff. You feel me? Subscribe for the $4.99 so that you can show me you love me. Go subscribe to the YouTube for free so you can show me you love me. Go watch them videos so we can get these watch time up so I can get paid off them things. You feel what I'm saying? Tell your friends. You know what I'm saying? Go follow the social media platforms. It's all there. You feel what I'm saying? One link. So, as always, man, I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all. Oh, one last thing. 5-star reviews. Make sure you leave those. This is really crazy. I'm not even gonna cap y'all. This ain't a threat. I'm gonna give y'all one more month. If we go one more month without one more 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, on baby Jesus, I will just go straight to YouTube. YouTube, y'all show me way more love on YouTube. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe my voice is annoying, but y'all like looking at my eyes because I do kind of got the pretty eyes. You know what I'm saying? Let me get real close off in the camera for the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if the lighting is really making them hit right now. They do change colors sometimes, so you know. Y'all, man, it's been real. I love y'all. Peace.